Christmas time was growing near. The railway's passenger traffic had boomed like every year. But the engines weren't bothered by it, for they were all imbued with the holiday spirit. All that is, besides James. It's like I'm the only one who sees it, he said, steaming into Knapford one morning.
Oh, what, James? Gordon groaned.
This Christmas business. Now, I love a good Christmas day, but you all act like it's just another day and not swamped with train after train. Who's not swamped with train after train? Percy interjected. Thomas and I have gone back and forth taking parcels from station to station for weeks.
And I've been across the island at least 5 times a day, James. You're not the only one swamped, Gordon said.
Then I can't understand it. Why do you all seem like it's nothing? Because it's Christmas, Edward smiled. Doesn't mean much. Listen, James. It isn't that we don't feel the stress. We push through it for the goodwill of our passengers and the holiday spirit. It's a real thing.
Be more like Edward, James, Gordon said.
Yes, Edward pulled an excursion train on one cylinder that one time, Henry praised. Edward's the best, Percy chuckled. James scoffed and stormed out of the station. Later that evening, James sat alone at Tidmouth. Suddenly, Gordon came limping in. What's wrong?
My safety valve burst on the way back. Managed to limp my last train to Knapford, but I can't take my 7 p.m. express. This is just great.
Why don't I take it?
You're the one complaining.
Yes, I know. But if Edward can do it, I can do it too.
I'll have my driver make sure it's okay with the fat controller. But James, you must commit. You know how I feel about my express.
Yes, Gordon. This isn't my first time. James was given permission by the Fat Controller and was soon on his way. The sun set and the cold intensified.
We're having a hard time with your fire, James, James's driver exclaimed. If it keeps going on like this, it'll go out.
Then shovel faster in there. You have a whole tinder full of coal. James's fireman shoveled until his arms ached. But his fire would not burn brighter. It only dwindled and dwindled until finally. My fire! What happened?
It's out, James. The fire's out. Could we call for help?
We're miles away from any city. You can go out there if you'd like, but I doubt you'd make it far before you turn into an icicle. Minutes passed. James began to feel the blistering cold. He thought back to that morning. The words of Edward rung in his head. We pushed through it for the goodwill of our passengers and the holiday spirit. It's a real thing. Yes, I know. But how can I push through without fire?
Hang on. We got something, Frank. Get the shovel! Start throwing in coal!
The driver jumped to open the regulator. Steam started flowing through James, and with the might of a long, powerful whistle, James's wheel began to turn again.
I don't know how, but you did it, old boy! Let's take this train to Vickerstown!
James pulled into Vickerstown, cold, tired, but victorious. Rosie secured a spot at Vickerstown sheds for James. I heard what you did tonight. I made sure to keep an open berth for you, James. Thank you, Rosie. James rolled into the sheds, not taking the time to turn on the turntable. He fell asleep before he even hit the buffers.